The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. This is, when I keep getting messed up there. I was going to go with the 1 p.m. update. But, hey, look, let's just simply do this. I'm Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the Trader's Edge Show. This is the terrific Thursday, sometimes referred to as the Thirsty Thursday, but it's the February 25th edition of today's show, and I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But what I really want you to know is that during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. What that means is you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. The two of us will go ahead and take a look at whatever instrument it is that you're looking at, and I'll give you my best assessment of what the charts are communicating to us. And if you can't call in, well, we've got you covered there too. You can send me an email. Now, what you need to do is do this early, because if you wait later, first we've got ISPs, Internet Service Providers, and sometimes they get those emails to you post-haste, and sometimes it's not until the very last second, whatever that might mean. But that means towards the end of the show, and I can't get to your requests. So send those early, and also in that subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, we got all the indices trading to the downside. Dow's off 538, S&P 91, NASDAQ 100, 416, Russell's down 75, Semis 157, Tranny's down 304, Composite off 425, Wilshire 5,000 down 1,063. We probably see the Dow down 1,063 at day's end, too. I don't know whether we'll see it down 1,000 points now. But what we're going to go do here during the show is we're going to go try to figure out where support and resistance is. Really, support is what you're interested in at this stage of the game. By the way, not everything's trading to the downside. If we take a look at what's moving and grooving to the upside, it's GameStop. Oh, that's worth an investment, isn't it? It's up $79, 85%. Pandion Therapeutics up 133% or $34. KOSS, KOSS, the ticker symbol, up $12, 65%. Billy Inc. is up 6+%, $8. Don't know what Billy is, but it sounds like a fun stock to me. Booking Holdings is off $1.77 at 7%. Amazon's down 76, 2.5%. Mercado Libre, 80 buckaroonies, nearly 5%. Google's off 62 or 3%. So let's go tool around. Take a look at what the markets are doing out here. Let's begin by taking a look at, let's do it one at a time. When I say one at a time, let's look at the futures contracts. We're going to start by taking a look at the ES Mini. Now, let's begin by looking at the very left-hand panel. Left-hand panel is the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, the little rectangle, yellow rectangle was the consolidation pattern. When you break above or below a consolidation, you typically get a measured move equal to or greater than the consolidation. Well, if you look over to the right, you'll see the completion of that. Okay, now as we speak at 1:09 in the afternoon, price is at support. Now, you might be saying, Steve-O, wait a minute here. How can you say that price is support? There's two levels of support that are being tested as we speak right now. Back to the ES Mini on the daily time frame. When price closes above a bearish structured profile, which is what took place on February the 5th, and then it continued on up until about 3 days ago. When you finish up above, close up above a bearish structured profile, if the counter trend move, meaning a retracement back, is going to find support, it's going to do it at the center of that bearish structured profile. That is printed at 38.21. Our low today is 38.20.25. You've got to love that. That's 3 ticks. ES Mini trades in ticks, 4 ticks, each a quarter point out here. So you're right back at support. If we look at the weekly time frame, we can also see that price is sitting at the top of its profile. That's 38.35. So you've got 38.21, you've got 38.35 out here. Price is sitting right here at support. Now, this is cool because if this is a buy the dip market still, then the dipsters ought to be buying about right now. So remember, we talk about when we get to support levels. When we get to support levels out here, One of the things that we want to do for daily or weekly, we always want to go size down. We want to size down to shorter term time frames to see if there's going to be any indication of a turnout here. So there is. I'll just put this chart. This is one of the tools that I use for my trading, intraday trading out here, where I'm just simply paying attention to those instruments that I trade and what they're doing on their short term, or really not just short term, but I go from short term 5 minute up to the daily time frame. This is just the TD9 aspect. I've got other panels just like this that are on one of my other screens, or a couple of my other screens out here, that help me understand there are RMA patterns those are top and bottoming signals out there, where we at on the wave counts, the whole 9 yards. I'll just pull over the 10-minute chart here for the ES Mini. And in the case of the ES Mini, so as we've pulled back to support daily and weekly out here right now, we can see that the 10-minute time frame shows what? A TD9 count bottom, wave number 7, that's letter G. So you've got two signals that at least a rally should be attempted out here. Now, if there's a close below the low of today so far inside the NQ, you want to watch that too. This is the ES, 38, 20, 25. That's going to tell you that we're certainly headed lower, continued strong momentum move to the downside. Where should a bounce take us to if we do bounce in the ES Mini? That's pretty easy. The oscillator and change line should be where the ES Mini finds resistance. What happens if it doesn't act as resistance? Excellent question. Then price could make its way all the way up to 38.8850. That's its TD9 breakdown level. Is that going to happen? I don't know. The first step has to take place, which has already taken place, and that's that you've got a valid intraday 10-minute time frame bottom signal. The second step is, what happens at that oscillator and change line? I don't know what's going to happen there. But if we do watch it, we know what to watch. This is like having a competitive advantage. And folks, having a competitive advantage is a good thing to have. I really suggest that you get these tools. You understand these tools. You subscribe to my newsletter service. You get the workshops that go with it, and you'll be able to apply this to your trading as well. So we've got 10-minute time frame bottom signals for 3 of the 4 10-minute charts. That's the ES, the NQ, and the Russell 2000. So we should now, is this bounce? Is this the bottom? It could be, because we're at support. I don't have that answer either. It absolutely could be out here. I don't think that it is, but it could be. So you're back at support. Nothing really else to take a look at on the rest of the ES Mini charts out here, or the other time frames. Let's go take a look at the NQ. The NQ, what has it done? What has it not done? Well, it is trading below yesterday's low, so that's a little bearish. As far as support goes, well, inside the NQ, there's a brand new profile that is attempting to form. In fact, let me hit my button here and see if it still exists when we come back. Let's see. I'm going to just let that sit there because there's no profile levels that have shown up. So it's trying to churn. I've got using my advanced Doppler tool out here. Okay, it's gone. But so price is below the bottom of its daily profile. The real key level to be watching, as I think we mentioned this during the 1 o'clock update, is going to be 12,757.25. If you get below that, price should make its way back to support. And support here would be the bottom of the weekly profile, and that's at 12,632. But the NQ actually is at support. Did I say it wasn't at support? It is traded into a range of support. The range is 12,632 to 12,914. Now, I know somebody out there saying, are you kidding me, Steve-O? You're going to give me a 300-point support range? Yes, because that's what the charts are giving you. That's not me giving this to you. These are the charts. On a weekly basis, buyers are between 12,632 and 12,914. Where should the bounce take us to in the NQ? 12,937 or thereabouts. That's using that TD9 oscillator unchanged line. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 490, S&P's off 82. Let's go to a couple of our questions that have come in. The first one coming in from Hector and the fuel injectors. And we're taking a look at Sarepta Therapeutics. So the question goes like this. Sarepta formed a TD9 2 days ago where you nibbled on a small long-term potential position with that huge gap down in January. How do you draw an A to B equals CD up or down? Or do we just work the bounce from here, ignoring the gap? So let's go take a look at it. First, with regard to the longer term. So the pattern that sticks out to me initially. Now, Sarepta Therapeutics, this takes me back a long way, back into the, I guess the 2000, when would it take? 2010, 2011, 12 timeframe, yeah. So I remember Bud Rolfs, he got in this stock. I know his son was in it too, and I think they were in the sixes or so. In that range. And I remember, because I remember being in the office in Clearwater. So it had to be like October in 2013 when this thing ran from 6 up to about $55. But hey, that wasn't the end of it. It got all the way up to this 180 area. But what I see on the longer term chart here is a consolidation pattern. And the top's very easy to see. Here's the consolidation of the top where that yellow rectangle goes. That's pretty easy. The question there is, does this consolidation come a bit lower? Is that really the bottom of the consolidation right around the 73, 72 area out there? So that's the pattern that I see. There is no A to B equals CD to draw out here when we take a look at least at the monthly time frame chart. So I wouldn't really focus on an A to B equals CD down pattern necessarily. I would be more interested in saying, hey, you know what? Longer term, this looks like it's in a consolidation. You've bought near the bottom of the consolidation. If we look at the daily time frame, you've got a brand new profile, Hector and Patty, that have formed. This is a bearish structured profile out here. But today what you like is so far support is held. Support is 81.66. If price closes below 81.66, there's not a whole lot of support other than did Stevie draw in the correct consolidation pattern. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Now, Hector, as far as where does price move up to on a bounce, well, that'd be 89.40 to 92.50. And that is courtesy of today's bearish structured market profile that is formed. Let's pull over my other charts, see what information we can glean out of this. We begin by taking a look at the daily time frame. And here we can see that Hector identified the TD9 count correctly. That was a couple of days ago. I don't know why this doesn't show. Let me do this here. This is going to take a moment. Got to do it. You know, I believe in life, and you probably know this more than I do. It's interesting, so I just got the gap. That the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Just think about it, or try to apply it to those in your life, and just see how true it is. And that just simply means I'm going to be thorough. If you send in a request, I'm going to give you the best that I've got. So you got that TD9 count. We've got the new bearish structured profile. If price can get above 92.50, Hector, it's 96.50 that you'd be looking at. That's a TD9 breakdown level. But you already knew that. I was just throwing out there to the others in the audience. Let's look at the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame shows us that price pulled back to a TD9 breakout level. That was 81.43. So even though we don't have any kind of bottoming pattern on the weekly time frame, you at least have this support level at your back, and that's at 81.43 level. So I would watch that as well. Why? Because if you close below that, you know, price could easily run lower, much lower. If we take a look at the monthly time frame, the monthly time frame says Sarepta Therapeutics broke out at 59.51. So know the consolidation pattern that I drew in there. If price gets below that level, you'd be looking at the 59.51 area, and you wouldn't want to hold on to that, I wouldn't think. And so therefore, what you're going to use is you're going to use the bottom of that new daily profile. It's not showing, I guess it is, yeah, it's 81.66, I believe. And on a 30-minute time frame, I don't have anything out here really to assist you with the trade. So I think I answered all your questions. I hope I answered all your questions. What do you do about the gap down? Well, we've already taken a look at the gap down in the A to B equals CD. And where is this bounce going from here? So I think we've covered that as well. So Hector and Patty, best of luck to you on Sarepta Therapeutics, SRPT, folks, for those of you that want to go ahead and pull up your own charts. Let's go to our next question out here. Next question coming in from Alex Rodriguez. Hey, Alex, how you doing? A-Rod, as we like to call him here in the Tiger's Den. And Alex wants to take a look at, what do you want to look at? Does the Dow going to new closing high change the Dow going back to March lows? Yeah, I mean, no. I don't want to get too hung up into the March lows call, but I'll just you've got to take this one step at a time too. And so I'll give you those steps. Dow Jones Industrial Average. There we go. This is going to take just a moment here, Alex, to populate. And where we're going to go with this is really it's the daily time frames first. We got to stay focused. We have to stay present. Staying present is also another nice thing to be able to do. Just stay present right here. And so we're going to stay present. We're going to take a look at the daily time frame. And this will certainly reveal to Alex whether there's potential for the Dow to move back to its March lows. But first, it has to break key areas of support. And those key areas of support are the breakout areas. You know, if there's any one lesson that Tom taught me, and he's taught each of us out here, he's taught many of you for even longer than you know, I didn't come across Tom until 2006 out there, which is a few years ago. But it's about the ability to, and especially in the bull market, to understand where the breakout areas are. Now, the cool thing here with regard to the TD9 count pattern, because it's applied to all different time frames, is it gives you that. It's objective. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to do any figuring out, was this a breakout or was this not a breakout? And so it's 30.2788, 30276. I'm sorry, 30276. That's the first level price would have to get below. That's 27.138 out there, Alex. And then below that, well, I'd have to really go back to I'd have to add some other tools to the chart, but I can go take a look at the weekly time frame. If we populate the weekly on the Dow, what do we see out here? 25.523. If price were to close below that, yeah, that gets you back into the March area. On a monthly time frame, what do we have out here? Well, we're going to be in bar number 9. That's right. Right now, on a monthly basis, the Dow is forming bar number 9. We know that bar's 9, the bar following 9, or bar 8 can be the top. So it could be this month being February. It could be March That could be the high out there. But right now you do have a potential topping signal. And so let's not worry about the March lows, not just yet. Let's deal with one thing at a time. And that'll be on the daily and the weekly. So I hope that helps you out, Alex. Thanks so much for writing in. Thanks for asking the question. But for me, it doesn't have anything to do about how high price got. The question becomes, what happens when price pulls back to those breakout levels of support? If they break them, it says you go down to the next level. Do you have to go down to the next level? No. But we use you might find some other pattern that takes place between then or now and then is really what I should say. Let's go to the next question. Next question coming from Wayne E. And Wayne wants to take a look at Amazon. AMZN is the ticker symbol out there, but you already knew that. AMZN. And Wayne goes on and says resistance and support next 3 to 4 weeks. Oh, thanks. Hey, that's Wayne from Alaska. You got to love that. So what I can't give you the timing, how many weeks or what have you. Can't do that. I'd love to do that. Not that I don't want to do that. It's just that I can't do that. But here's what we know about Amazon. It could not be more clear. And thankfully, we have these task market profiles that assist us. If you look at my center screen, answer Wayne's question. What's Amazon going to likely do for the next 3 to 4 weeks? Trade within this consolidation between 30.20 and 33.52. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The gold report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The gold report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The gold report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the gold report now. Protect your buying power. Order the gold report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So let's finish up the question here. Two questions, actually, from Wayne. And so, Wayne, back to Amazon. The best data that you and I have as we look at is really going to be the weekly time frame. It shows the power of its consolidation, the resistance level at the top of the profile, support level at the bottom of the profile. So at this stage here, I'd suspect move back to the 30, 20-ish type area. You're asking about Roku, or OKU, is the ticker symbol. Trading now for 3 days in a row below the bottom of a bullish structured profile. It's an indication of a change in trend. Okay, what's that mean, Steve-O? Well, that means that price should make its way back to the next support level. Next support level is actually the top of the weekly profile. That's at 363. So 363 appears to be where it's headed, but we've got to look at my white background charts just to try to understand why has price gotten below that daily profile and stopped where it did. There's always an answer. You just have to be willing to go seek it out. And here we've got it. This is courtesy of the TD9s. Where did price pull back to? First, you have a TD9 count. No, you don't have a TD9 count top, but you've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top out there. First thing. You did have a TD9 count pattern, but it wasn't the type that identifies the top. And price is pulled back to where? Support. So support is 390, 319. So, Wayne, this is good for you because you're trying to understand what's going to take place the next 3 to 4 weeks out here. Here's what we would say. 2 closes below 390, 319. And you would expect that we'll see Roku make its way to 320.21. That's the next daily breakout level. What's going on with Roku on the weekly time frame? Well, shoot, on a weekly time frame, you have a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top that says price heads back to the top of that profile. We already discussed that. That's a 363 type area. And let's look at the monthly time. Not enough data on the monthly time frame to really make it worth a hill of beans. Other than the fact that it's going to be on a monthly basis, it looks like a TD9 count out here. So you got the daily, the weekly, and the monthly, all saying, Wayne, pay close attention to 390, 319. That will go ahead and provide you with the information that you're looking for as to where Roku is likely headed to. So thanks so much for writing in. The next one, oh boy, we've got a bunch of questions. I think Stevie might have to just speed things up a bit. So let me just get rid of the junk that's on here. You would not be amazed, maybe you would be amazed, just how many junk emails I get on a daily basis. It's in the 1 comma level, if you know what I mean when I say 1 comma. And I'm not talking fish comma out there, which there's nothing wrong with fish comma, but I'm just talking the 1 comma. That's right, over 1,000. In any event out here, let's go take a look at the next question coming in from Michael R. And he says, hey, Steve, I was short the diamonds, IWM, and long the SQQQ first thing this morning. My last ask was hit 30 minutes ago, okay, and now I'm flat. Great. Your thoughts for levels to re-engage long or short? So your intraday trading, I'd say take the short right now. Yeah. Well, wait, Steve-O, you got to be a little bit cooler than that. So, you know, and we're not going to really be able to do this during the show here, Michael, but it sounds like you've got a pretty good feel, certainly for what you're doing. I just come here to the NQ. We can pull up the ES. Well, unless I delete it, then we can't pull up anything. There we go. So now let's take a look at the 10-minute NQ. So what do we know about the 10-minute? First, we took a look. We opened the show. Price pulled back. Was the ES that we were looking at. But the NQ was also back in support. And so here we've got intraday, 10-minute time frame chart, TD9 count bottom. What's that say? That says we're going to go bounce up to the oscillator and change line. What did we do? We bounce up to the oscillator and change line, and now we're backing up. Now, you don't have to take the short now. There is a brand new bullish structured profile that is formed on a 10-minute basis. So the confirmation, you've got 2 different confirmations of a move lower. The first would be a close below on a 10-minute basis, below 12,865. The real identification to go short would be a close below the bottom or the low of the day inside the NQ, and that's going to be your 12,800.25 level. But we're trading now into support. And if this area holds, which means between 12,865 holds, because it's a bullish structured profile, you can see a run up to 13,016. So I just sit tight here for a few moments. Let the market do what it's going to do and generate a signal for you. If price is able to close above 13,016, then price will make its way up to 13,102. And this is all courtesy of the 10-minute time frame out there. So I think you've got a good handle on it, but this is going to take, new information that might form out here, over the course of the next 30 minutes. That's pretty easy. And so that's what I've got for you. Michael, and thanks for writing in. I do hope that helps you out. And, hey, congratulations on that trade. Now let's get my black background charts back up here on the screen. Let's, where are those things? Here we go. Okay, let's go to the next question. Next question coming in from Mr. D. Mr. D. I like it. So, GMBL. So let's go take a look at GMBL, see what the heck that is. GMBL. And that is N Sports Entertainment Group. And that ticker game was GMBL. Gamble. Well, okay. Must be an online sports gaming thing. So I was in and out of Gamble February 9th and the 10th. Okay. I'm looking for a re-entry point somewhere around $17 or so. Okay. Well, so in the case of Gamble here, the first thing, Mr. D, is prices trading above a brand new profile that formed yesterday, 1838. If you get it close above it today, chances are you run higher to where? That's a great question. Volume in this today is gigantic. And what that means is there's the potential that this is going to confirm an A to B equals CD to the upside on a daily basis. The swing point it's dealing with was February 10th. That volume was 4.7 million. You're already at 14 million shares out here. So this is a suggestion that it's going higher. Now that A to B equals CD, it's a big one. It's a doozy. When we talk about doozies, this may not be exact. I don't know if I've got the exact low out here, but it's going to be close enough. Oh, shoot. I got to get the bottom of it. It's such a small little doji candle that but I'm going to choose about right there. There we go. And the B point, that's a swing that we looked at from February 10th and a retracement down into February 16th. And that's going to give you a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD up into 30, 32. I'd venture to say more likely 34, 88 would be where this thing would be targeting. So your real question is, and your question was, where do you re-enter on Gamble? And even though you want to get that 17, I don't know that you're going to get that 17 out here. If we look at a 30-minute time frame, we punch this up on the screen. So on the 30-minute basis for GMBL, really you've got to call it right now just consolidating with inside its current profile at 1962 and resistance at 2379. So, Mr. D, you need to see a close below 1962 to suggest the lower price. The lower price here could be 1558 to 1628. That's the 30-minute time frame. 1754, though. That's the oscillator and change line. And the way this is trading, unless today's volume is a blow-off top, which it doesn't look like it is at this stage of the game, it's going to be the daily oscillator and change line that likely becomes your buy area. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in, and best of luck to you. Wanda. Oh, we're going to a break. But let me read your question. How does one know on a day like today with a steep sell-off to look for the bottom profile in the daily chart as opposed to the other time charts? There are hints. There are other steps. Wanda, I'm going to reread that question, see if I can figure it out, and we'll come back and I'll try to see.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Are you grinding in the market but seeing little to no return? Or are you a successful trader simply looking to make his job a little easier? Learn to take the path of least resistance with David White's powerful trading newsletter. David White is an accomplished trader whose deep understanding of technology and the markets allows him to consistently find and share winning trades. Support and resistance define the ranges in which stocks trade. By understanding these trading ranges, David White is able to find the path of least resistance. David White's trading newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, is delivered daily before the markets open to make every trading day an easy win. Visit TFNN.com today and subscribe to David White's Ultimate Trading Newsletter for $119 a month and try all of our newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Take the path of least resistance at TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So let me reread Wanda's question to you. Try to do it as clearly as I can. How does one know on a day like today, with a steep sell-off, which profiles to take a look at? I think in essence that really was Wanda's question. So here is a chart for the ES Mini. And although a bit congested, it's congested because I have 4 different time frame profiles on this chart. Now, first, we're looking at a 30-minute time frame chart. I don't have any 30-minute profiles up here. The profiles that I have, we could change those to anything we want. But the profile levels, the ones that are in yellow are weekly. The ones in green are daily. The ones that are in the light blue are the 240-minute. And the ones that are in red are the 60-minute time frame charts. So Wanda's question is, how do you know which profile? Each profile for its respective time frame is really key. So part of the question, part of trying to answer your question and get into your mind is when you enter into a trade, for example, what time frame is it that you use to enter that time frame that has resulted in the trade? So, for example, I'm short the S&P 500. I'm short the S&P 500 because of the daily time frame signal, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It's that simple. So on a daily basis, I recognize where support is. We talked about this at the beginning of the show. First of all, I want your eyes to focus as much as they can on the green lines. And so remember out here, the green lines are the daily time frame market profiles. It is a bearish structured profile. We're looking at a 30-minute chart out here. Price was well above those profile levels up until earlier in the week when price tested and got back inside there. And as I say, if this is just a normal test of support, then price will find, as it did today so far, support at 38.21. So what I know is I have to make the decision, is that it? Should I go ahead and jettison the position? My answer is no, I'm not willing to do that because I've got other tools that say, hey, maybe this is going to be a move even lower. But I would totally get somebody wanting to go ahead and cover their position right here, right now. Why? Well, you got a couple factors. I think we got a one-day rate of change greater than 10%. You've got the New York Stock Exchange. If we go look at the advanced decline oscillator, I'm certain that right now it's sitting in the extreme over sold condition. So that would suggest a bounce out here. But again, I got into it from a daily standpoint. I don't know what you got into it from, Wanda, or if you did. And as far as what profiles to use, when you get below one level of support, if I'm on a 30-minute time frame chart, I'll go look at a shorter term, 15 or 10. If I'm on a daily, I'll go look at, depends whether it's a stock or whether it's a futures contract. If it's a future contract, I'll look at a 5-hour, a 4-hour, 2-hour, 1 hour, so on and so forth out there. So you can use all the profiles. It's always best to just stay in your game, whatever that time frame, because all the other stuff would be noise. Right now, the intraday trading, or what's going on intraday-wise, that's just noise based upon what's going on a daily basis. So I don't know if that made sense to you. I hope that it did. I was hoping as well that if I put one chart up here and put multiple time frames, you could see what's going on from a profile standpoint. But here's the most important thing, and that is right now, we all know, just looking at this chart and these time frames, that 38.21 is going to be a real key level. If you see two closes below that, then we get back to the 36.97 area. And at this stage, I'm inclined to think that is likely to happen only because it appears that there is some kind of liquidation event going on across the globe or somewhere out here. You've got everything moving lower. When I say everything, you have U.S. stocks, you've got Goldilocks, you've got the U.S. dollar, and you've got Treasury bonds. Where is it that people are going? Where is it that people are so it seems, Wanda, that we have kind of a liquidation event. That's what I'm willing to at least suggest at this stage of the game. So I hope that helped you out, and I will stop rambling and bambling. Let's go to our last question that we have that's coming by email. This one coming in from Eddie. And Eddie writes in, he says, do not know if you commented on this already, but would be just but could we be just retesting the lows of several days ago before resuming upward? Yeah, that's an absolute possibility. I think we just kind of covered that inside the ES Mini. But if that's going to happen, so let's take that. Let's take Eddie's thought process here, which is absolutely valid, because not until you see it close below that 38.21 in the ES Mini would that suggest lower price. Now, Eddie, if we're going to see if that's going to unfold, and you're asking the question, where's the cavalry? And this really ties into Wanda's question. We've got to go from the daily time frame into those shorter term charts out there. And this is where it really helps us in putting this together. So, and it's not just market profiles, Wanda, that we want to take a look at. Not that they aren't helpful, because they are. But we want to take a look at where's the TD9 breakdown or breakout levels out here. So when we look at this 10-minute chart here, Eddie, if price closes above 38.8850, that's a TD9 breakdown level for the 10-minute time frame. That's going to suggest that your thought process, you'd have to put a check mark in the yes column. Whereas if price just bounces up to that, that's resistance, and then trades lower, that's just the normal trait of a market that's moving lower with all bounces finding resistance at resistance. And I'm not talking about the top of the profile, not that it can't, that's 38.71. But the 38.8850 level is not going to change. That's a TD9 breakdown resistance level no matter what takes place intraday. And so that's why if you don't have access to the profiles, then what you want to do is make sure you understand the TD9 process out here. So it's about going from the daily or the weekly, going to shorter term time frames, looking for the cavalry, which absolutely showed up on the ES Mini. Let's look at a 30-minute time frame chart. Let's go see what pattern it has in play right now. This is going up one more level out here. Does a 30-minute show any kind of a bottoming pattern? And the answer is no, I don't think so. Now, I suppose I could draw in an A to B equals CD pattern, but it's not a real clean one. But I could draw it in and say, okay, yeah, you got a bottom with that piercing candle out here, but that's it. But I've got no other bottoming signal, and I would really be hesitant to do what I just suggested that I would do on a 30-minute time frame basis. Prices below a breakout level of support. That's 38.5850. It's broken through two of those levels out there. Now, maybe 38.5850 old support is going to become new resistance. That I don't know. The next level of support, well, I can't see it on my 30-minute time frame chart. We'll have to go back to some larger time frame out here, or I can't do it at the moment. But, Eddie, that's in essence what you would be looking at. You're looking for if this is a bottom, right? So we don't know. None of us know at this stage here. We can make the case that it is, that 38, as long as 38.21 level. But how do we definitively know if it really was, or it is, or it's going to turn out to be there? What's going to increase the odds that it's going to be? What's going to increase the odds? And the answer would be price being able to break above those resistance levels. And I suggest the TD9 resistance area being a real key level to be watching. So I hope that helps you out, Eddie, and hope I haven't rambled too much. Now, I don't see any other questions. I don't think there's anything inside the Tiger's Den. So although there was some discussion, my favorite polar bear, your favorite polar bear, and he's up next, by the way, is really focused on Treasury bonds. So let's take a look at the T-bonds out here. Let's look at the daily time frame for T-bond futures. And what we can see is that there's the potential for a bottom to form today. Maybe it's already occurred. Maybe we should go look at the 30-minute time frame chart. What do you mean, Steve-O? Today's bar number 9 of a TD9 count. It's also wave number 7, letter G. We've got 2 bottoming signals in place for the daily time frame for the 30-year Treasury. Steve Rhodes with TFNN.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. It looks like a liquidation event. It smells like a liquidation event. I think there's a liquidation event going on, folks. So be careful. Be very careful out there. Now, the last question that we're going to answer out here, we were taking a look at the 30-year Treasury, and this question came in, and this individual wants to get long Treasury bonds and is looking at the TLT. And the only way for me to really be able to do that analysis is really look at the underlying instrument, and so that's what we're doing right now. You can make your trades based upon this. So we've got a potential bottoming signal, meaning a bar number 9 and wave number G. Remember, a lower low can take place tomorrow, and that could be the bottom out here. When we get these bottoming patterns, we go look to our short-term time frame charts for signals. If we're going to see a turn, we're going to see those turn in the short-term time frame chart first. Here's the 5-minute time frame chart. This is my suggestion. You don't consider taking that long trade until you see a close above 160.11. 160.11 is a TD9 breakdown level. You need to at least see a close above that. That's on the 5-minute. The 10-minute time frame gives you 161.21. But you've got, by the way, and all these time frames that we're going to look at, you all have bottoming signals out here. So I can understand trading this intraday, and I don't know what your time frame is to get into the TLT, but you're really not trading that intraday. Otherwise, you would just trade the 30-year. If we take a look at the 15-minute time frame chart, it's 161.06. Again, you can see the bottom. The Rhodes, all of these have Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottoming signals. The daily does, and the daily also has the TD9 count, and we've got those signals here on the short-term time frame charts. 30 minutes says 161.04. 60-minute says in order to prove itself to you, you need to see a close above, well, let's just call it 161 at this stage. The 2-hour time frame chart, I think you've got to use those other time frame charts, the 10, 15, 30 minute time frame charts. And if you get closes above those, that would be a suggestion of a change in trend. Well, boy, I would really hearken to say, be careful out here. Be careful out here. Be careful in that TLT and bond area. Folks, stay tuned. You've got 2 more great hours left. You got your favorite polar bear, Tom O'Brien, to take us on home. And I'll be back with you on Fantastic Friday. But first, you have a terrific Thursday. Take care, folks.